Episode 19 of Season 3 of Tales from the Darkside, The Social Climber, a story about a man who wears magical shoes. Robert is an apprentice of a very famous and talented shoemaker by the name of Anthony, and Rob is played by Robert Romunis, who's best known for playing Mike Des Moines in 1982's Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where he was the ticket scalper. And Rob is unsatisfied with his life. He's in a bit of arrested development. He seems to be in his late 20s, early 30s, and he has a girlfriend who, like all girls, wants him to marry her. And he's thinking about it, but he's very conflicted because, oh man, being with one woman for the rest of your life, he has so many other chicks to be with and so much money to make, and he doesn't want to be tied down. So he's the immature apprentice, and the shoemaker Anthony tries to explain to him that he's actually satisfied with his life. Anthony has a wife, Anthony has enough money to get by, he's not rich by any means, but he's very satisfied. He's encouraging him to get married and to grow up. But Anthony also has a bit of a secret. He can make magical shoes. While this is trying to be a morality play, it doesn't really work, because Anthony has the ability to make shoes that whoever steps into them becomes that person it's intended for. So let's say he's making these magical shoes for a NBA player. If you take those shoes and wear them yourself, you become that NBA player. He makes magical shoes for a rock star. If I wear those shoes, now I'm a rock star. So while Anthony's telling Rob he should be satisfied with his life, it's kind of odd that he's still doing this magical shoe business to enrich himself. If everyone should just be satisfied with who they are, why is he even messing with this magic at all? And also, he has to know, if he has these magical shoes, it's going to be tempting. Come on, you would do it too. To maybe slip on those shoes just for a night out. You can pretend like you're Leonardo DiCaprio or something. That's exactly what Rob does. He's been stealing these shoes and going out on adventures. And this is where Tales from the Darkside's budget just hits a brick wall. It cannot actually show you any of the fun things that he's supposedly doing. It all takes place in this very dreary, low-budget, small shoe shop that looks like it could fit maybe like 10 people in it before the fire code gets sounded. We see one scene where Rob wears one of the shoes of a famous playboy, and he goes out to the casino, gets into some fights, makes some money, has some fun. But we don't actually get to see any of this stuff. Maybe they could use like stock footage or something. I don't know. Put stock footage of an airplane of an old casino, like anything, or have the casino happen in the shoe store. So we see him disappear and then come back, and then he tells stories about how much fun he had. It really does dull the fun for the actual viewer, who has to be not shown these things but told them. It's also not clear exactly who he's trying to be. He wants to be someone who gets a lot of girls. He wants to be someone who has a lot of money. But they don't make it really clear enough about which shoes he's stealing, since he seems to take a lot of different ones. And I think if they had more defined characteristics, as I brought up before, this is the shoes of the NBA player, this is the shoes famous saxophonist like Kenny G. But instead it seems to be businessmen for the most part. And what exactly Anthony, his boss, gets out of giving these magic shoes to people, I have no idea, since he's always wagging his finger at Rob. But there's a dark side to this too. A tale from the dark side, you could say. What happens if he makes a magical shoe for someone and that person dies, and then you put on that person's shoe? Well, you take his body, and his body is dead, so it blows up like TNT and you die. That's all we get in this story. I think it's quite bad. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. Just like I gave the last episode, Old Acquaintances. This one might be a little better than the last one, but man, it's a basic fairy tale premise, but any fun that could be had happens off screen, and they don't show any of that to the viewer. You don't see him partying or anything. The morality doesn't make sense. Why is this guy even messing with magic if he's saying everybody should be satisfied? Is he really poor? Why would he be poor? Because he has these magical shoes that he's selling to people? Shouldn't he be making fucking bank from this? I don't know, and I don't care. Well, I care a little bit, but Social Climber's not worth it. Let's read a positive and a negative review. There aren't that many positive ones, but I found one. 6 out of 10. I didn't hate this episode. It's pretty much saved by its solid acting. Rick? The script alone probably could have used another rewrite or 2 or 4, but still, it's serviceable. At the same time, it would be hard to recommend this episode unless you are completionist, that's me, and feel you need to see every episode of this series. The script could use a rewrite or some action. 2 out of 10. Moralistic. Rubbish. If you dislike the fact that someone owns half of Manhattan while you have nothing, you deserve death. This guy's very angry. Is this the lesson I'm supposed to take home from this episode? Because if it is, whoever wrote it can piss off. And what was up with that ending? Anyway, made zero sense. Some people on IMDb are very angry. I don't think the moralistic language really worked either. However, Anthony did not intentionally kill Rob, so it wasn't necessarily like, oh, I'm going to kill you because you keep taking my shoes. It just happened on accident. This guy happened to die, Anthony wasn't aware of it, and then Rob took the shoes. But who wouldn't be jealous of someone who has magical shoe powers? Next up is a comedy episode. No, don't go away, don't go away. This one's actually quite funny and feels a lot like a Tales from the Crypt episode. It also features some horror. It's called The Swap, and it's about a freak show type character who's married to a hot woman, and she tries to kill him. Check out our playlist for all episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000, Tales from the Darkside, Pet Shop of Horrors, Black Mirror, Cowboy Bebop, Fear Itself, and Monsters. Thanks a lot.